Hi, join me today as we discuss police checkpoints on motorcycles. Are they legal or are they justified?
Hello, welcome to the vlog. Today we'll talk about police checkpoints, as you can see here. We'll talk about the legality, the validity, or any after effects of going through or being stopped at the checkpoint. Alright, welcome back. Here we are traversing the Star Tollway here in Batangas, Philippines. And we will talk about the police checkpoints. To introduce myself, I'm Dean Rod Vera. I'm a lawyer and also a law school dean. And I will talk about how a police checkpoint should be handled or how it should affect you. Right. Police checkpoints are not illegal per se, meaning by itself a government or the police force of the government may conduct checkpoints, especially in exigence or emergency situations, such as maybe to prevent a kidnapping or prevent a runaway car, police chase, or to prevent people from escaping, maybe an escaped convict or any other criminal. But what is most common are just what they call random checkpoints or checkpoints just on the street. Now, as I said before, it is not illegal per se, meaning a police may set up checkpoints. The question is, can they stop you and can they do more than just stop you? So as I said, police or the police force may conduct checkpoints. What you have to remember as a motorist or as a driver of a car is that they can stop you and or have a visual inspection of the car on the outside and just a visual inspection or a see-through of what's inside the car. The police cannot and should not ask you to alight or get down on the vehicle. The police cannot ask you to open the door. The police cannot ask you to open the glove compartment. And most especially, the police cannot ask you to open the trunk. Should pass here the toll gate. Let's see if I have balance. Please go. Okay, good. All right, here we go. Now, in the Philippines right now, there are what they call COMELEC checkpoints right there. And because it's election season, what is illegal right now, or what was once legal, are those permit to carry licensed firearms. If you have a licensed firearm, normally you're allowed to bring it around with you. So either there's a license to transport or license to carry. Now during election season, those licenses or permits are suspended, meaning you're not allowed to bring your handguns, firearms, when you traverse in your vehicle. So that's the main reason for the COMELEC checkpoints. There may be some checkpoints in the provinces or outlying streets for agricultural checkpoints, meaning they want to check the produce or any livestock entering or exiting their locality. But let's talk about the checkpoints. Now, as I said, the police cannot go further than a visual inspection. Now, as a passenger or as a driver, you don't even have to answer any question. If they ask you anything other than how are you and good evening and so forth, just the statutory greetings, but they cannot intrude into the purpose of your trip. That is in the nature of our fishing expedition. Now, let me point out that the police can ask the question. You just don't have to answer. Because if you answer, then you volunteer the information. Those are set checkpoints. Now, checkpoints such as what you saw a while ago were very visible. You know there's a checkpoint. If the police stops you, that's their choice. Now, if the police stops you at the checkpoint, they cannot ask you more than anything else unless they have what they call probable cause. Now, what is probable cause? Probable cause is the belief by the police officer or policeman that there has been a crime committed or a crime is being committed. Meaning, he thinks and he believes in good faith that you in the checkpoint as a driver or the vehicle is violating the law. Now, by itself, driving a motorcycle or a car is not illegal. It becomes illegal in a way if, let's say, you don't have a license or you're transporting contraband and whatever crime you may commit, or let's say you just robbed a bank or something. But on the onset, if a police sees you in the vehicle, sees you in the motorcycle or in the car, that by itself cannot mature into a belief that you are committing a crime. The probable cause won't fit random checks. Now, as I said, the police checkpoints are valid by itself. They can make people or vehicles slow down. They can make vehicles stop, but they cannot go beyond the visual search. Although there are some debate about this, and the police of course will argue against my opinion here, is that if you are not committing any crime, such as driving within the speed limit, not reckless driving, not crossing without signal, if you're doing the right thing or obeying the law as you drive and you are stopped, you don't have to and should not offer your driver's license or registration or insurance for that matter, because there's no way unless he's Superman with x-ray eyes that a police officer will know that you are not driving without a license or that your car registration is expired, unless of course you don't have the proper sticker. Now, if your car doesn't have the proper current registration sticker, then that will serve as probable cause only for the violation of unregistered or expired registration, not necessarily for carrying legal firearms or carrying contraband. But if the police stops you and sees that there's an expired registration, or you have a broken taillight, or your license plate is not within the standard size, that gives them a probable cause to stop you and ask you about the violation as such, the expired sticker, the wrong license plate, and then they can ask you then for your driver's license to see if you are properly, you're driving within authority. Meaning, it's maybe what they call a 2 or 3 domino effect. If you are, for lack of a better term, if you're caught with that mini violation, whatever you want to call it, you can then be asked for other documentation with regards to the authority to drive a vehicle. Let me point out, it is the authority to drive the vehicle. Of course, to drive in any country, States, United States, or in the Philippines, you have to have a driver's license, and the vehicle that you're driving must have the proper registration and or insurance. Because to drive on the roads is a privilege that you must earn and you must be qualified for. Now, there is a seesaw argument with regards to what is the effect, what's going to happen in a police checkpoint. Every state, every country has the right to have a police force and the right to enforce its laws. But every person if it's in their constitution, has a right against unreasonable searches and seizures. So let's forget the seizures, let's talk about searches. Now, it becomes unreasonable if there is no cause or no justification for the search. Now, first, a justified search is those with a search warrant. It's a whole nother ballgame to explain what a search warrant is, and as long as it's issued by a judge, and it authorizes the police to do a search. Without a search warrant, a search without a search warrant is unreasonable if there is no probable cause. So if you are caught and there is a search, and if they see something that is not the reason for the search, meaning, example, if you are just driving along and you are properly licensed, you're not recklessly driving, they stop you and they ask you to open your trunk, and they see some illegal Hello Kitty stickers, then you can argue that the search was unreasonable and illegal, and you fall under the Adam's apple, fruit of the poison tree. Meaning, if the seed, the reason for the stop was poisoned or tainted, then any fruit that bears from that event is tainted or poisonous and is inadmissible in evidence against the person. So these things is what you have to watch out for when you are at the police checkpoint. Just to be clear, my viewers, what I said in this video is not by itself legal advice or legal counseling. It is merely information stated for the purpose of giving information. If you need any more help or need any more deeper answers, please consult a lawyer for proper legal consultation. And don't forget to pay that lawyer.